What up? What up? What up, world? It's Friday. We're here. We got Get Right Fantasy Network. Me and Mike here, collabing with the one and only FF Tycoon from the Fantasy Boardroom. Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing tonight?
What up? What up? Doing great over here. Thanks for having me, Anthony.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, man, ready to go. Rolling those sleeves up. Let's go.
Hey, there it is. There it is, guys. So, man, we got ourselves another live mock. As we know, every Friday it's going down. Friday night mocks, 9:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. We're doing two a week. Very exclusive. If you want to get your draft graded and analyzed and help you destroy your leagues this year, you got to get in one of these mocks. Hit us up, DM, Sleeper, Twitter, whatever it is. Get a hold of me, get you in these mocks so you can dominate your leagues. So we're going to show everybody how we do this thing here. 3 randoms, as we know. Going to get a little share screen in here if this works out a bit. Oh, see, we're having technical difficulties already, guys.
Yeah, it's all good.
Thanks a lot, StreamYard.
Exactly. Shout out to StreamYard there. So I think we're good. All right, so I'm sharing the right screen, so we're good here. So this is how we do it here on Friday Night Mocks. We get the draft going. First thing we do, little tradition here, is we get our random going. So we randomize 3 times because we want to get you on your toes and make sure you can draft from any position. So both Mike and Tycoon are in this draft.
What is
And,
this?
Tycoon.
Every time.
You're getting the 1 spot, and Mike, you're at the 4, huh?
Dude, every time. The last draft we just did, me and you were right next to each other.
That's Type City.
4-5. Here it comes, man.
Nah, it's
So,
all good, man.
What's popping off in the chat right now? Is it going crazy, or is everyone
much.
in here?
Not
All
much.
hold on.
Everyone's
Oh,
ready
we
to go.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm backed up on the other stuff here. So let's get it out here. We got Dim Boy, shout out. What up, guys? Papa Conks getting the shout out from NYG guy. And made it for a live stream. What's up, Cody? And Ant, I'm up next. All right. So we have our
Ooh.
dynasty draft going on right now. And I
Got
guess
Dustin
I'm on
in
the
there, too.
clock. So we'll have to get out. Shout out to Dustin. What's up, man?
You're waiting
And
for Frank.
looking fly. There it is, Tycoon. Loving it, man. Loving it. It's Friday, so he's casual
for you,
Friday
Dustin.
tonight. So that he's looking good here. He's on Get Right, so he can kind of loosen up here a little bit.
Just a little Friday night. Can't go
Absolutely.
fully casual, though. There's nothing casual about the way any of us play fantasy football. So
Absolutely not. We got
Don't worry, I still got my giant stuff right here. Don't
oh
worry.
geez, get that out of here. I'm gonna have to remove this guy from this, from this screen. Man, we have a chicken sighting already here. Yep, see, there it is. Good job losing
Yeah, see?
the Giants jersey
Whatever.
out of there. And
They want to get the
oh,
hate
look
on
at-
Mark Bavaro.
oh, look at Evans calling out Adam. He just found out his name tonight, so that's good. Love that he's doing that. And while we're going through this, we should just go ahead and get this draft started. I think everybody knows
Hell
where
yeah.
they're at now. We know what we're doing. And let's get this thing going. So Tycoon, 1-1. We are doing is this a SuperFlex? Yeah, we're doing SuperFlex
Yeah.
Superflex.
PPR Redraft.
PPR.
And I
this is-
assume McCaffrey's coming off the board or Mahomes? How you feeling
It-
in the 1 spot, man, this year in the SuperFlex?
I would normally likely go Mahomes, but in redraft, I fade QB a little bit harder than I would, obviously, in a dynasty league. So Christian is going to be the first pick.
Absolutely. Can't argue with that there. What say you, Mike? Same thing if you're in that 1
That's-
spot?
Oh yeah, it's hard to not pick McCaffrey. It's either him or Mahomes, of course, in
Yeah.
Superflex. So I'm good with either of
Nice.
those.
There we go. And Sean Jefferson, man, I don't know that name. Let me know what your sleeper name is. Shout out to you guys there. And actually, Cody, what's your sleeper name on here too? I did know it before, and I apologize for that. So hit me up in the chat. Let me know, because a lot of you guys, we know you as your sleeper handles. So Dustin's laughing on that, probably on the chicken sighting. These guys are shouting out back and forth to each other here. And yeah, we got Ryan Hick in the house, our natural bone sniper. And I gotta make sure I can't leave these on too long, or I'm gonna miss you in this room, Tycoon. We got to get you some FaceTime.
No. Oh shoot! Sorry, I'm trying to share the link here, so I'm half
There we
distracted
go.
at this second.
You went Prescott, huh, Mike?
Yeah.
Nice. All that
Prescott
running back talk.
Nah, I'm not going to do a running back in the first with a super flex, and I got Prescott at 4. So
There you go.
I did have I have Murray at 2, but I just something about something about Prescott. I know I'm a Giants fan, and it's hard to say it, but it's one of those things that he is probably in the NFC East. He's definitely the better quarterback, so I'm going to take it.
In fantasy, it's the right decision here, anyways.
Wait, what was he saying about Bavaro? According to the great Billy. Yeah. Hey, man, I love Bavaro. I just literally bought a signed jersey of him about a week ago. Love the guy. Really big fan of him as a tight end. I mean, Taylor's definitely my favorite, but
There it is. What were you saying, Tycoon?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's all right.
No,
no.
As you were talking about Dak or taking Dak, no, I was just saying that was the right decision. I think.
Absolutely.
I think there's a great chance he finishes as QB1 this season. So as far as redraft goes, at 4th. Excellent.
Exactly. And Tycoon, do you do your own rankings? I assume you have your rankings, right?
I am working on my first official set right now. Yes.
Ooh, there you go.
Let's see. Have I completed QBs yet, or at least gotten that far?
Yeah, because I'm basically Dak's 3.
But in Dynasty though, I haven't done redraft rankings yet for this year. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So for me, for redraft, I have Dak at 3. I go Mahomes, Allen, and then Dak. So I could easily argue the 2 spot there as well. I mean, he was on pace.
What about Wilson?
Wilson, where do I have
Wilson
him
at 4?
Yep, I have Wilson at 4, and then Murray.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, I got both of our rankings pulled up.
I just think with all that commotion he pulled this year, I think they finally let him cook this year. So he's kind of the one guy I'm kind of projecting to jump up a little bit there. I think DK can make that stride this year. And if they find that connection, Lockett could still get loose. And then I'm forgetting the rookie's name that they drafted over there. What is it? Eskridge. And I think they have a nice little chance to put the ball in the air. And you guys know I love Carson, so I just think they have a chance to move the ball.
Did David Moore move on?
He did. He's in Carolina.
Yeah, he's in Carolina.
Yep. So beware of when you get a trade offer for D Moore of Carolina. Double check.
Like the A. Rodgers from Green Bay, right?
Or Duke Johnson. Or the Duke Johnson.
Yeah, the D.
from,
Johnson,
Houston.
100%.
Exactly.
Although in that case, I'm not sure you want either D. Johnson coming from Houston, so you can just hit decline right
I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, I
agree.
I really think. Well, I don't. Is Duke still there? Even though they have like a full running back room. I know Ingram's on the bubble.
Yeah,
I'd have to look
after bringing in Lindsey too, I'm not sure. I mean, Duke's
Lindsey's
going to be
there.
Yeah, Lindsey's there. So
Lindsey's going to be there. I see Lindsey. They signed Burkhead for whatever reason. I don't get what they're trying to do, but I think their average age in their running back room is like 27. I think it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, David Johnson's at his, like 27.
Shout out to Cody's Magoats. Let's go.
Oh,
I knew that.
Yeah, he was just in the last one. All right.
I knew that. All right, so here we go. A little behind on that, but it's my pick here, so let me get on this real quick. Kelsey. We have a Kelsey sighting in a Superflex in the 2nd round. Loving that.
That's not bad. Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Incredible value. Great pick, Chargers. Great pick.
Nice pick. Man, I don't like any of the quarterbacks here, so I'm probably going to go running back. Don't necessarily like these running backs here, but I'm probably going to go.
I know where you're going.
I'm going Gibson, man.
Yeah,
out of those 4 running backs, man, I love this guy. I fell in love with him in like 48 hours ago.
Yeah, no, I know. You were telling me about all the stats on him.
What do you think, Tycoon?
I am actually in the middle of some research on him myself and am still undecided. I mean, I was of the opinion going into this research probably a little overhyped because I'm mainly a dynasty player, so that's where most of my perspective
Right.
comes from.
Right.
But there are some very encouraging signs and underlying metrics for Gibson. So I'm beginning to warm up a bit.
Nice.
Everybody's excited about Fitzpatrick coming to Washington. I'm a little concerned about Fitzpatrick and Heineke as far as that's going to go, actually. Once
Right.
the QB situation is cleared up and there's a little more consistency in this offense, I do think to the moon for Gibson. For this year, I'm still a little lukewarm.
Nice. Yeah, my whole thing with him is when I was doing my research and watching film there, the thing that just shocked me the most was how they lined him up. They lined him up all over their field. They're running, wide receiver screens to him with him split out wide. When you see an offense kind of being built around a player like that, and then you have a threat on the outside like Scary Terry, to me that, poses a legitimate threat. And, I just think, again, if he can stay healthy with that darn toe, I just think he can be, finish in the top 12 this year. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think my thing with Fitzgerald, with Gibson, is the concept of he's not really one to check down. He definitely loves slinging the ball down, but I think that with the system that they have, he'll be more likely to check down just because of the concept that you have two guys that are just, right there. So I don't know. I think that him and Terry are going to have a great year. Him and Logan Thomas will definitely make it, something. I'm not seeing Thomas as, a top, 5 guy, but he can definitely, that's his ceiling for sure. But we'll see.
Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of curious here now because I think, all right, let me see, because I kind of want to see. So in the 10 games that Gaskins played,
countdown 3.
No, Gaskin had a really good year with Fitzpatrick.
47 targets. 47 targets, 388 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
But you also remember
only 10 games.
Playing in that.
Yeah, 2 was half the season.
Yeah, and again, I'd like to see a couple more. Yeah, I want to break that down a little bit more. I mean, we all know Fitz is a gunslinger, but again, with him lining up out wide, I think it's good. I have him ranked here as number 7 overall this year. He's my number 7 running back that I would take off the board this year.
Gaskin?
No, Gibson
or Jones Gibson. Okay,
no, Gibson.
I was going to say if it is Gaskin, we got to talk.
Yeah, we'll have to take that talk offline.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, I'm high on him too, but I wasn't thinking RB7, but
yeah, I can't believe
he has potential. Hey man, it was between Najee and Tannehill, and I figured go for my guy now and just
there it is.
He's not. Tannehill wasn't coming back, so if you wanted him, I'm good.
Yeah,
with that.
You had to get him there. Absolutely.
That's why I took Swift where I did. He probably shouldn't be that pick, but he's not going to be there at 412. So
right.
My thing, I was gonna go Gibson and Ant took him, so I was between Aaron Jones, Mixon. Those were my 2. I'm not confident in Cam Akers this high and as an RB1. So for me, it's really tough. The Chargers just said Rasta sniped me. So you got him with Harris.
Ryan, hit him up with the sniper gift, baby, in the chat. Let's go.
And with where Najee's been going lately, that's a steal.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to cut Mike off there, but I was completely shocked that he fell to me there.
I wasn't trying to cut that.
No, that was good. Yeah, so that was I was surprised myself that he fell back to me. But again, it's tough when we got all 3 of us on here. We start talking. I want to make sure I shout out and give some love here to the drafters tonight. So we'll take there we go, NYG guy with the sniper in the chat. And I'm way behind on the YouTube chat, so we'll catch up with that, guys. Keep the comments coming, man. I'll get them in there, but I want to get you guys shout out real quick. We got Dim Boys in here, KJ Flint, of course, my boy Mike here, and with Tycoon, we got them all here. That's all us. Charger, shout out, man. It's been a little while since he's been in a draft with us. So shout out.
I was talking with Chargers the other day.
Nice. Yeah, another SoCal native down here, man.
Nice.
And a big shout out here to Martin here, Victorious V in the 7th spot. He's coming out and trying to SuperFlex draft with us here. I don't think he's drafted too much SuperFlex, or this may be his first one. I'm not exactly sure. But I really appreciate him coming out tonight. Shout out to the Dynasty Pylon over there. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on his team and see how he adjusts here to a SuperFlex. Of course, we got one of the OGs, of course, in the house here in Knee, here in the 8th spot. Trey Enigma here in the 9th spot. FF Season, what's up, man? He missed a couple weeks here, and he's back. Of course, Ryan M. Hick in the 11, and then one of the OGs, NYG Guy 95 here at the hot corner. So, sorry, I had to get that in there, guys. I wanted to get caught up with that. Give the shout outs here.
Good.
Oh, good. We should get some. There's some good comments in here.
Absolutely. So let me back this up here. So yeah, we were way back here. So where were we at?
All the way back to Rust Talk, I think.
Yeah, I'm even past that. So last thing I thought I saw was the Magoats. I think that was the last time I got in there. So now we know Cody's Magoats in here. There it is. And again, some of these we may not know exactly what they were talking about at the time. Never take Dallas. We're always going to show that. Oh, I think he was talking to Mike right there. So don't take Dallas when you're a Giants fan. Man, you guys all know for whatever reason you Giants fans love taking Cowboys players. So show me a Giants fan in here that doesn't draft Cowboys players. NYG guy, give me a screenshot of your last 2 years of teams. I know you got a bunch of Cowboys on there.
My dynasty team is basically Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. So. And I had Daniel Jones for a while, and I just traded him. So, yeah, that was a good trade that I'm really happy with.
They're calling out your fandom here, Mike. You're gonna have to represent, man. You're gonna have to throw that. You're gonna have to go find that jersey.
No, that's fine. I'll go grab my Bavaro and Lawrence Taylor signed helmet and stuff. Yeah, no. And I got pennants from when they won in 86 and 90 and 2007 and 2011. I mean, come on, man. I don't care about that. For me, it's winning. Winning is winning. I do not care about how I win.
Tell him, Mike. Tell him.
Absolutely.
Hey, man. Honestly, it's one of those things where for my first few years of doing this, I literally did not take anyone from the NFC East except for Giants. And then I learned how stupid that was. And then I started doing the other way. It just made more sense.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to play fantasy, you got to get that.
Don't play with your heart. Play with your brain.
No, I agree. And no, honestly, that's the exact way I had to start thinking. So,
man,
Waller pick. Damn.
Ooh, there it is.
No, nice. I like it.
For Kittle.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
I'm liking that.
Yeah,
especially at the 4-4. That's pretty nice. Interesting to see who he grabs here as his quarterbacks, though. So. Wonder if he can still get two top 20 guys here.
2 top 20, maybe.
Or we maybe have 13 off the board. Yeah, I doubt it.
I think you can make an argument 2 top 20 guys aren't necessary.
True.
If you, you have to hit every pick, but you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Oops.
And then you have to actually hit on those picks. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, a lot of things got to break right, but you can put together
for sure
a hell of a team if you try to. You have to get a little lucky with the board too.
No, I agree.
It's a dangerous game to play.
No, I agree. I was telling Ant last week that last year I did not have a first, second, and third round pick, and it's a 2-person keeper league, so 20 guys are already off the board, and I had Dak and Kittle as my 2 keepers. I ended up drafting Stephon Diggs in the 5th round and David Montgomery in the 6th. And those 2 guys saved my season. I actually also drafted good old Leonard Fournette before he got traded because we didn't know until after the draft. So I drafted him as my RB1, and it was I could have failed from that point. I got 3rd in that league. So it's just what you do. Remember, you're setting the foundation for your team. It's not, and it's during the season of what you do. And you just got to, be smart about it.
Absolutely. And I want to get back to this here real quick. Tannehill, top 5. I got him at 8. So I'm not that far from you, my goats. Not that far.
Yeah.
A bunch of Cowboys spewage that I'm not going to put up here. There we go. Shout out when I was looking for Eskridge there. See,
Nice.
these guys are on it. See, get right, got to
Okay.
my back over here. Dim Boys is saying he's big on Russ this year too. So, that's what I was
Yeah.
talking about. First half Russ or second half Russ. Ryan, we're going to hope he puts a whole year Russ together. That's the goal here. We want to go whole
I
year
picked
Russ.
him up in the second half. It wasn't fun.
Exactly. All year Russ. See, there we go. So Dustin saying Dave's the man. I think when we were talking about David Johnson over there. And he's saying Duke isn't there. Yep.
Okay.
Linsby will be the RB1. I believe that, actually. I was going to get to that when we were talking about that, and I actually like that
You gotta
thought.
be kidding.
So I think that'll be
I don't know.
that's my
Because
wild
we're in a
take
time
for the
crunch,
year.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Oh, go ahead. What you doing here?
damn, I'm lamenting that I don't know what to do now because
It's
of them
tough.
boys.
He sniped Kittle from you. I had a feeling you were going to go there
Oh
when you
my
saw the Waller
God.
pick. Ooh,
I
so he
am-
goes wide receiver instead. I thought you were going to go QB then instead right there.
You see what the QBs are? Ugh.
Yeah, I was going to say, those guys are all QB. I had to take Cousins as my QB
Oh
too.
my
Oh yeah.
God.
So
I
hey,
am at a
So
loss
wait.
right now. This
That's
destroys
brutal.
everything.
So you had Baker and Cousins as an option, and you picked Cousins.
Yep. That's who we went with
Okay.
in our Scott Fishbowl too. So
No, I know. That's why
I had to follow.
I just wanted to point that out.
I had to follow. Hey, Tycoon.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can make your pick. We
Okay.
still haven't even made our fifth pick in our Scott Fishbowl. It's been a whole week.
What?
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude, we're still on the fifth round. Like I thought we weren't even gonna pick the other day. On Thursday,
That's
we
crazy.
barely got to our pick at like 11 p.m. our time. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I was livid.
Wow.
Dude, some of these divisions have been slow, but my goodness.
Yeah, I was seeing people posting on Twitter that they were already done and finished, and I was still
Oh,
only
wow.
on my third or fourth pick. I was like, ugh.
Our division did finish the fastest. My Chemical Romance division. Shout out, just
Nice.
to those boys. It's a good group of guys. But yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword though. It kind of sucks that we're done so quickly. Like it was kind of a cool little badge of honor. Yeah, fastest draft, but then as soon as it's over, now you're still seeing all these people making picks in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th rounds, whatever it may be, and it's like, oh well, FOMO already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though you already did it, you still feel like you're missing out.
Just can't pull the trigger, huh, them boys? Just can't pull the trigger, my guy. Remember, we said with the brain and not the heart, my friend. The brain and not the heart.
Ooh. Keenan went off the board.
Ooh, God, he's one of my favorite picks this year.
I know. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah, he was saying the debate is what was taking him so long there. Just trying to catch up in this so we can get to these live comments already. All right, guys.
Good night,
Time to
Cody.
1 a.m.
Enjoy
All
your
right, my
night,
goats. I know we're behind, man, but we appreciate the support, brother. When you rewatch the rest of it, man, big love there. D Ross, shout out, buddy. What's up, man?
Nice.
There it is. D Ross in the house. We got to get you in here, man. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Martin. All right, so he's saying he's done a few, but he said, "Nah, man, this crap is weird with SuperFlex." With SuperFlex.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're
This is
seeing
my
it here,
second.
man.
Oh my God, this is my second Superflex in this type of group, and it is tough.
Sharks in here, guys. We got sharks in
Oh,
here.
for sure.
This is a sharp group. No,
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so I guess it's my pick here. I just realized with 20 seconds left, you guys know I'm smashing wide receiver right here. I probably
Robinson.
would go
Great
Scary
value on the
Terry, but because I have Gibson, I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. And I did that
Interesting.
absolutely because
interesting indeed.
I have him actually over Cooper this year. With him, Dustin and I we were talking about this just the other day. I have him here as my wide receiver 17, and I have Cooper at 20. So I don't have them that far apart. You know, obviously I have them both that high because of how high I have Dak rated. I just think, I have Gibson, so I don't want to go with that running back wide receiver stack. If I didn't have Gibson already, I would have went there. But yeah, man, I just think the talent here with CeeDee Lamb, with what he did with Nobody else with no
Williams is
quarterback
going early.
basically last year.
That is really early.
Whoa. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That is really
you know
early.
what? It's with that news that came out
I was gonna
a
say,
week ago.
yeah. I don't. I
don't hate
expect
it.
that to start happening. Yeah, as we
Yeah.
see this go up again, like we were just talking about off camera. We've been drafting here since May. April and May. So Javonte Williams wasn't even being drafted there until after the actual NFL draft.
See, that's my thing
And-
though. With that pick though, with Josh Jacobs still on the board, I don't hate the pick. I think he will do well, but putting him as your
He will.
RB2, that's risky.
I'd honestly rather go probably Mike Davis.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That's my
But
point.
that's just me personally. But I think as we get closer and we see more news come out, I don't hate that, and I expect him to start flying up the board. Just like Bateman. I know I'm not going to get him.
For sure.
In the 10th, 11th, or 12th. I think he went 10th in our one QB earlier today. So
People are finally stopping that, because he's in the Ravens offense narrative. How about they're going to pass more because they have a receiver like Bateman? That's kind of where my head's at.
Exactly.
I'm really high on Bateman too.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Nice. Well, not good per se, but
Yeah.
oh man, I've had you blocked this whole time. You guys got to tell me when I leave a comment up there that far.
I'm looking at the board this whole time.
No, so am I. I'm like, I've just been looking again.
I can be an ambient voice. That's cool.
There you go.
I keep looking at the board too.
There it is. All right. So I thought we were gonna do. Yeah, I couldn't get it done in time, them boys. So maybe next week we'll do that. SuperFlex IDP. I just didn't want to kind of explain that to everybody and get that going and try to make the settings and how many rounds and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to put this together. As you guys know, I've been starting the new job and stuff as well. So I haven't had as much home time, working from home. I'm actually working at a place now. So it takes me a little while. I was driving home, just trying to get in that. I started the earlier draft from my car. Thank God Sleeper lets you randomize now from your phone, so that we could keep that going. So anyway, see, I'm leaving the comment up again. I got to get that invite for one of those these days.
Hey man,
absolutely,
they were in there
one of these days. So that's a good time to shout out the private Sleeper channel. If you guys haven't got that invite, just DM me. We put the links up there. You'll get your mock draft alert, so that you can come in and join the mocks. Always keep checking it because sometimes people will get their spot and then have to drop out. So always stay up to date there in the feed. Info about the listener league. Any giveaways, anything like that we're going to do is all going to be in there. Just allows us to communicate easier. And number two, feel free to post your guys' own mocks in there, man, on Saturdays or other days that we're not doing these mocks. If you guys want to mock, what type of community this is, just post up a mock draft in there. It'll probably be filled in minutes. We're all crazy. Again, we've been drafting redraft since April. So, there's some of us in here that will get in a mock, any way, shape, or form. So utilize that channel. That's why we created it, man. We just want to have an awesome, cool community here. So thanks for letting me get that PSA out, guys.
Of course.
And we'll get your shout out for your articles here too soon, Mike. We'll throw that in here in the next
all good, brother. Don't worry about that.
We got a lot of rounds to go to get all that stuff in.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, here said, leave it out to your Boo. All right. Challenge accepted. What challenge was that? See, that's why I hate that I'm behind in these comments here. See, we're missing out, man. If you guys aren't here, what else are you doing on Friday? Probably having a life. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. This is where I've been every Friday for the last 16, 17 weeks. So,
hey, man, commitment.
Fantasy football is life.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
I agree. I agree 110%.
Oh, man. All right. So he's just starting in his first Dynasty League, 12 team, super tight end premium, 3 flex, a whole lot of stuff I'm new to. Hey, that's awesome, man.
His all first about Dynasty League is SuperFlex. That is good luck.
Yeah.
It's Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my first Dynasty League that I ever did was a salary cap Dynasty League, and I'm still in it and love it. And it's like 3 flex spots with two running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, and a QB, and it's interesting.
Hey, you dove in.
Oh, dude, we dove in head first. The commissioner of our league, Ryan, he was great getting us into it, and I've really enjoyed that league a lot. And we really do a lot with that league, and there's a lot of we're all close friends and we see each other all the time. So it's really crazy how it it runs, and and running with the salary cap is so much harder. So it makes it very interesting.
It really is.
Yeah, we were on the phone for like almost an hour and a half after last week talking about it and showing me all your spreadsheets, man. We were both geeking out. This is what we do, man. We talk for an hour on a live stream and then we cut you guys off and then we keep talking for another hour and a half.
I was up till 4 a.m. that night.
Yeah, that was interesting. I appreciate that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course.
What was doing his first slow draft, and it is so much anxiety, man. Yeah, man, I'm doing the Scott Fish Bowl for the first time this year, and our dynasty league, we had to do a slow draft because we all couldn't get on the same page for a date. So we're doing that here, and it's a lot of anxiety, man. That's right. It's my pick right now. I should switch over and make.
No, you're next. You're next.
Oh,
you got 30
no. I'm in our dynasty. I think I'm on the clock over there in the slow
Frank,
draft.
It still shows
Is it?
Frank.
Check it for me. Yeah, check it for me.
Let me refresh it.
All right, you're up.
All right. So, absolutely.
Still
slow
Frank,
drafts are incredible. It feels like you're so behind. Every time someone makes a pick, because like hours have gone by, you're just like, oh my God, I need a running back or a receiver next. And you're like, I want to move up to this spot because I want to get this guy just right now. So I've been trying to just let myself calm down a little bit here. Slow drafts are brutal. I'd rather just rip the Band-Aid off and get it over with. All right, so what do I need here? I'm probably going another wide receiver here. Ooh, not even no question. Let's go.
Chris Hayden on the Chargers. You took my.
Let's go, baby. Snipe City, Ryan. Put it up there, baby.
You know what?
Let's go.
I'm just bitter. That's all it is. It's great.
He's trying to get that stat.
Let's go, baby. Look at that. I'm kind of liking this team so far, man. I'm not gonna lie. Besides Kirk Cousins, I'm really liking this team.
Bobby Trees.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take your boy there.
Let's go.
Oh, I love the Trees pick.
Oh,
I was thinking about him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
With Stafford this year, whew.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
He took Jones from me because I was looking for him at my wide receiver 2 to stack him with Tannehill. But
I didn't even notice that.
I'll take Woods.
Double snipe. Hit him with another sniper.
I was waiting.
Let's go.
Now I'm looking at all these QBs all differently too, because I'm also lucky enough to be participating in Scott Fish Bowl for the first time, and the scoring settings for quarterbacks in particular are wildly different than
-4 for INT, -1 for sacks. It's outrageous.
-0.5 point for incompletions.
Yep, a half minus
brutal for the bad quarterbacks.
Absolutely, they'll score negative if they have a bad game.
So wait,
Cousins had a -20 game last season.
Yep.
He was still QB 11 overall, I think, though, or QB 12.
Even after that.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. So he gets points for drops. For anything that
-5.
He gets a
-0.5 for an incompletion. It's a 1 point per completion and -0.5 a point for incompletion.
Really?
So yeah, it's brutal.
Wait, so now I want to see who had probably the best completion percentage. Wow.
Hey, them boys,
guess who had the highest?
Go ahead.
Guess who had one of the highest completion percentages last season? And how many games did he play? He was available for 16 games. So take a guess.
The way you're saying that, my initial was Rodgers, but
Rodgers played all 16. He's number 1. But guess who's above him? Played less games, but still has a tad better.
It's going to be someone silly, huh?
Someone silly enough that I'm asking that question.
I know. I'm like, man, who can that be?
Yeah.
What do you think, Tycoon? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question again? I was trying to decide that QB.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're good.
It's my bad. You're on the clock. Sorry.
So what was the question again?
highest completion percentage
Oh,
for a QB that
last season?
that played 16. He was technically available and played all 16 games. Had a better completion percentage
That
than
means it's going to be
this year.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
there you
got
go,
that.
Tycoon. See?
Nice.
There you go.
The technically played all 16 games part.
Yeah.
Right. See, I knew there was
Clue.
something tricky in there that I wasn't hearing properly. That's
There
why I
you
didn't
go.
want to get it
I would
out there.
really love to see how the throw chart on Taysom then for last season.
I know. I got to check
Yeah.
that out.
That is.
D. Ross, absolutely set those
See, I got a tough
notifications
one
on.
here.
They do not default on. You have to go manually turn on your notifications so you can get those mock draft alerts. Look at NYG guy. And I remember him saying this. His first dynasty is a 32-team, single
Holy
copy, 40-man roster, TEP,
That sounds like
IDP,
fun.
super high IDP scoring. Like Aaron Donald made 800 points one year. That is
That's
outrageous.
like I would be throwing my phone all day, every Sunday.
That's a man's league right there, my
That
friend.
is big ups to anybody with the balls to play in that league.
Absolutely.
I did a league like something close to that one year, but it was we played for 1 year and just bounced. It was some random league that me and my buddies got into on NFL.com, and it was just, I don't know. It was something where it was there was 2 IDP positions for each player, and then like bench spots, so it had to be at least 40 people, and it was insane. It was fun. It was insane though.
Yeah. Quarterback, or tight end, got 6 rounds in. Cook, Harris, Ridley, McLaurin, Fields, Carson. If that's a super flex, I could see why Fields is your number 1, taking all that before. D. Ross, you've done enough drafts with us to know what's going on, man. Got to get those quarterbacks in there a little earlier than that. It's a little tough. Well, he did say dynasty, so I guess he can still get some older.
If you're
for
going
this year, yeah, I forgot it was
hunting
dynasty
year
for a
one,
second. Yeah, I apologize. I
just
take it back.
Just
I take it back.
the youth. It's not a horrible strategy necessarily.
Yeah, no, I take it back. I forgot.
He's totally punting year 1 there. You're not going to win this year, which is fine, but you're going to be set up for a long time.
Right, and you want to have that nice, 3 or 4 year run on top. If you can get all those guys at once and just take it back to back to back, as our 3-peat champion Dustin lost his reign last year to COVID, which is why he's so bitter about that. He was on a back to back to back run and then got CMC'd and Dak Prescotted.
See, I did the same thing to my cousin. My cousin in our Salary Cap Dynasty League won it 2 years in a row, and he does nothing. I love my cousin to death. I honestly do. He's my brother. I swear to you. He did not make one move in 2 years. He drafted his team, didn't add, drop, or do anything. Won 2 years in a row. And then I end up winning the 3rd year, being 7-7, coming in 4th place, beating the 12-2 team, and winning the whole damn thing, and beat him in the final. So
that's awesome.
Anything can happen.
Anything is possible.
You guys see the Pitts going before Mark Andrews?
Yeah, actually, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Not for a redraft. Dynasty, I like it. Redraft,
if it's not one of the 3, I'm taking Pitts. Basically, that's how I feel. I'd rather go with the unknown potential than what you're going to get out of the rest of these guys. You can argue Andrews and Hawkinson. I'm not going to discredit you if you want to go those 2 first.
No, I get the allure. I mean, and you got to.
I'd rather just take
winning these things. I mean,
absolutely, go big or go home.
Yeah,
I think Hawkinson closes the tight end 3 to 4 gap a little bit this year.
I agree.
So I'm a bit higher on Hawkinson. So after that, I would then buy way more into your argument. I could see why somebody might want Andrews ahead, and I'm actually higher on Andrews this year than I was last year because of the addition of Bateman, and I do expect higher passing volume from the offense, a bit more of a rebound from Andrews. But Yeah, there's just something about the temptation of Pitts that's just so damn hard to lay off for some of us. Not for everybody, but I think those that are not
I've seen
fading him
this
as
too,
much
them
are
boys.
just leading. That's insane. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is. I've seen it though. I've seen it not in these, but in a lot of mocks that I've done on Sleeper. They have Pitts going beforehand on regular redraft, and I sit there and I go, "You're insane." If you
That's
think that
outrageous.
Pitts is
That's
going to be
outrageous.
going in the top 3, I'm sorry. If you think Pitts is finishing
do that
the
yet,
season
no.
as a tight end 3 or tight end 3 or better, it's not happening. It historically has never happened.
No. Not only would he have to have the best rookie tight end season of all time, he'd have to blow it away the second place for that to happen.
It was Evan Ingram.
Yeah, I was going to just say, yeah.
Evan Ingram.
Interestingly enough, and people are still hanging on to that. I don't even think he's really even. He's been drafted maybe twice in all these mocks now. But yeah, I mean that's the risk you take with someone like Pitts. He could be Evan Ingram.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're only getting him for that year. That's my problem. And then even with what Evan Ingram did, he's dropped down to that tight end 10 where he's not even in a startable spot in some leagues. So I mean, it's one of those things where I have no problem with people picking up Pitts. If you really think he's going to be in the a top 10 guy, fine. But if you think he's going to be a top 3 guy, you're out of your mind.
I think he's got a shot at 5. So I'm okay with chasing a tight end 5 ceiling. Okay.
I can go with that. And it's just because Kelsey leaves it to, with that gap of, he always is in a tier in his own. And then there's always Kittle and Waller, within 20 points of each other. And then all of a sudden you're getting to, everyone below him that could be anything. I mean, tight end 10 was Jonnu Smith last year.
You have 25 seconds, Mike, just so you know.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. I was
just to let you know.
No, don't worry. I was debating who I was going with there.
From 4 or 5 on, it's touchdown luck.
For sure.
That's the difference.
And that was
the extra
what happened.
1 or 2 TDs.
Right.
And that's what happened last year with Tunyon, where Tunyon got 3rd, and he had the 12 touchdowns he had last year. What was it?
Something absurdly efficient for his 10 or 50 catches or less than 50 receptions he had.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you take out...
he had 11. He had 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, I said 10 or 11, yeah.
But his catch rate is insane. 52.
You take out that 3 touchdown, just take away those 2 touchdowns when he finishes with 9, and you average out, his catches and targets and everything. He basically finishes less than double-digit points. He's like tight end 9 or 10, which is only 4 points per game away from tight end 33. So...
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. And that's the thing. Jonnu Smith finished the year last season with 448 receiving yards with 8 touchdowns and was the tight end 10. So even Hayden Hurst, his person, the tight end 2 essentially there is the guy that finished tight end 9, and they're on the same team now. Now we'll see what happens with that, but I've never been finding that guy that was drafted in the first round, and especially as high. Oh yeah, 24 seconds. And especially as high as he was, he's the highest tight end ever drafted in that position. Everyone else has been after that point, and still, I looked it up the other day, and everybody but Evan Ingram from this year to, I think, for the last 5 years. If you were drafted as a tight end in the first round, you did not finish that season any higher than, beyond Evan Ingram, you didn't finish in the top 10 at all. So if you really think that he is that elite where he could be that, then go for it. But getting him, before guys like Hawk and Mark Andrews, I'm a little bit unsure of. I would pick him up before Goddard, after, just after, Noah Fant or Goddard at that point. But and that's the only way you're going to get value on him. Otherwise, you're not getting any value. You're leaving off all this other room in between where you could have had somebody else. But I'm not saying that it's a bad pick. I think that he did, where he got him isn't horrible. and he had his rest of his team set up. So
Yeah, compared to where I've been seeing him going pretty much since the draft, I mean, this might be the latest I've seen him in any draft. Even a mock at 7-3. I mean, that's
right. Yeah, it's still
one's hard to
still pretty good. But again, we know the room that we're in.
Yeah, for sure.
We know the room we're in. We know a lot of us aren't taking that tight end early. And then it just kind of becomes that game of chicken with tight end. Once one goes, everyone kind of waits. Yeah.
taking the Mike's points.
And then Waller goes, and then there's a little rush to get the last guy, or Kittle will go, and then there's a rush kind of to get Waller. And then, again, usually we'll see 2 or 3 rounds kind of before we see Pitts come after, the big 3. But, and again, that was basically what it was. 1, 2, 3 rounds after, because he went the 7th, and Kittle and Waller went in the 4th. So, I mean, kind of about right. I guess it's on me. 20 seconds.
Yep.
What are we going to do here? I was already kind of thinking tight end here, just depending on who's there. Do I want to go Gesicki? Probably not. What do we got for running backs? Nobody else there. I'm going to take a chance on a potential running back 1 here and go Carter for my RB4, a little trade bait piece here. When in doubt, I always like to just kind of go default running back.
Did anyone else see the quick Gordon pick?
Yeah, I saw that. Maybe he was happy I didn't grab him. Yeah. Explain yourself, Chargers. I want to hear it. But I want to get back to you, Tycoon. Taking Deshaun here at the 8-12. Normally, I'm only talking with my Get Right crew here about Deshaun.
Yeah,
there's no question, why we, on how we would react to that. And of course, Frank, we all know. So tell me, what are your thoughts on Watson? I don't think I've heard it even on your show.
It is. I mean, it's kind of a loaded situation. My logic here is, honestly, I'm not excited about it. This is the first time I've taken him in any mock or actual draft.
I was going to say, I didn't think I've seen you take him before. Yeah.
It's strictly because of the way the draft is played out for me, just lottery ticket. If he does happen to somehow see the field, I don't actually think he's going to. I'd be pretty surprised if he plays this year for Houston or any team. So it's purely a shot in the dark that if he gets on the field, this team is freaking loaded. Just to take a shot compared to with what else was on the board, I figured it was worth the chance that maybe he somehow skates with an 8-game suspension and somehow sees the field. Maybe he won't, but if it does, I mean, I've been surprised by the NFL before.
No, agreed.
Yep, so, and you guys all know what I say. Commissioner's exempt list. If you're only getting 10 to 12 games out of a player, to me, he's not draftable. He's not going to put up enough points for you in total to have him there. And that's what we're just preaching. Let him sit on the wire. And when you hear what's going on, then maybe grab him. But like you said, sometimes you're taking that lotto ticket. If you scratch it off and it pays off, then it's worth it. But again, for the most part, down here in the 8th, this is where we kind of say this is what makes and break your draft. But again, for me, but I kind of know what you're saying, though. What all was there? You're looking at what? Rojo, Anderson, Sharks, Sermon, Carter, Gordon.
Exactly.
Dylan, Wilson.
Rest of my team filled out at that point, and the way, at least for this particular mock, only 2 running backs, 2 receivers, only 1 flex. Actually, only the 1 SuperFlex even.
Yeah, just the SuperFlex.
If we had extra flexes, obviously this would be an insane reach as far as I'm concerned. And my official advice would be definitely don't draft him anywhere near this early unless you're somehow get a weird way the board falls like this. I mean, the value, in my opinion, the way it fell to be just kind of dictated the way my picks went. I would not really typically advise waiting until the 5th round in a draft.
No, that makes sense.
Quarterback, but it's just what happened. So it's nothing. It's hard to defend beyond just taking the upside play and hoping for the best.
Definitely.
No, honestly,
and I just like to hear the thoughts behind it. I just like to hear the thought process behind it. So
yeah, I was just gonna say what them boys is saying is take him in Dynasty without a problem. You can take him there without thinking about it, and that makes sense but at least you have guys that like Baker and Fields where you can have somebody that can work. The hard part is that if it's unknown with Watson, then we'll never know. But when he is playing, he's a top 10 or top 5 guy, and that's where the hard part is trying to find that fine line of when you should be drafting him. So I definitely agree with the if this was Dynasty, I agree with it. Redraft, it's a little hard to defend, in my opinion.
So MYG guy
I
here
know.
saying why Mike Thomas over D Hop, but I think you might be reading the board wrong a little there. I think D Hop came off and his
Right.
option was either Thomas or Jefferson at that point, or Allen. And he went
Yeah.
Thomas there.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Hopkins, Kittle,
He went-
Thomas. Yeah.
right. So would you
Yeah,
have taken
yeah.
if you did have that option? Who you going, Hopkins or Thomas? Then?
Hopkins.
Hopkins easily. Not even a
Okay.
question
Yeah.
from him.
It's
Exactly.
so hard with Mike Thomas and the QB there. I mean, I'm thinking Hill's making it. That's just me. I've been a Hill supporter from the beginning. So for me, I think Hill will take it. But the thing is that he's not gonna have his value worth it with Hill behind center. And I really think Hill can do something with if he's, just designated as a QB and not running around and, being crazy, like, doing what Lamar does. If he can stay in the pocket and then eventually, make his reads and then run out, whatever. But if he can stick to being just a quarterback, I think he can really do well in that position. And maybe Mike Thomas does well, but there's too many maybes. Hop is with a top elite quarterback in Murray. And it's just you can't pass up, you can't pass up that.
Well, yeah, and not only that, I mean, I actually think Thomas is going to be just fine. I think I've got him at like wide receiver 11-ish for redraft. But the difference there is I think Hopkins has the WR1 overall upside in his situation, where Thomas definitely does not have that. I mean,
Yes,
he's going to get
I agree.
another 160 targets easily from Murray in a high volume, high passing offense. His role is as secure as any receiver in the league.
Yeah, and I have
agree.
him 3 overall this year. So I go Hill, Diggs, Hopkins. So and I have Thomas.
Yeah,
I have Thomas at 12 though. So I'm not
I have
that-
Tom. Oh wow, me and you have him at 12. I have him at 12 too.
nice. Yeah, so that's where I am. I have him just after Adams. I would still kind of take the risk just with Adams' talent, but it's hard to kind of know,
Mike.
Hey man, I was going to ask you about Cooks.
Brian, cue it up, baby.
The
Sniper
best
in the
value
building.
in fantasy for 5 years running? Maybe.
Yeah.
There it is. I'm not a big Houston fan, man. I'm just not a big Houston fan. I just don't want to
he's
watch
the
any
only
Houston
guy.
games this year. That's really what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But he's the only player
guy,
on the
though.
team. He's it.
He's the only guy with QT, and who's the other guy that they picked up in they picked up somebody in free agency. Someone, there you go, Rye. They picked up someone else. Oh, I forgot who it was, but it's someone that doesn't matter. And it's one of those things where you're sitting there and you're like, he's the only guy there. Like he can do well there. So I
All he
can't
does
not
is put
pick
up 1,000-yard seasons every
Oh
year.
yeah, for sure.
Every
hard
year.
part's who's
Everybody
gonna
loves
be
to talk
throwing.
about Mike Evans being underrated with his 7 straight 1,000 yards. I mean, if it wasn't for the concussion season, essentially for Cooks, I mean, he'd be in the exact same situation.
Mhm.
I agree.
And Dim Boys, yeah, and that's why I have him at 12. So whether it's Hill or Winston, I think he's still wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
This is a
No,
tough
yeah,
decision.
yeah, definitely. Let me see.
Ooh, look at that. We have
No, I like the
NYG
wild
guy
pick.
saying he's a
Oh,
a fraud worse than Tebow. Tebow did
Ooh.
nothing but win.
All right, I mean,
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
hell
And that's all I'm
yeah.
saying, though. That's all I'm saying. Look at Dustin showing some love. What's up, D in the house, baby? What's up? Still here with
Nice.
us.
What up, Gus?
Saying good pick on Cooks there.
we go.
Come on now. It's only what, 9 o'clock
Oh,
over there?
look at
10
that,
o'clock?
Tebow. Oh, here, hold on. I had to show it again.
Ooh.
Show it again. I had the comment up, so I don't think anybody saw it.
Let me
There it
see.
is, as the Tebow doll. Is that a bobblehead?
Oh,
No,
nice.
just
It's a Florida
Just a
Tebow,
figure.
though. That's the winning
yes,
Tebow.
Florida Tebow. Yeah, only Florida Tebow.
Oh,
Very
come
nice.
on.
And Mets minor league Tebow. I'm into
There you
that.
go. There you go. Gotta love it.
There for a
Gotta
hot
love
minute.
it. His games are horrible with Tezo.
I like the Mac Jones pick.
Say
I
so.
would've- I
I
would've-
That was
give
his.
up.
That was his ankle, man. That wasn't. I don't think that's on Hill. I think that's on Thomas's ankle.
Who? Oh, yeah. No, for sure. He was out for most of the season with that ankle injury.
Yeah, he was battling through it, and then basically had surgery right after they were done, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the other part about that particular scenario is that Thomas was hurt all season on the ankle. Did well in one game, but that was it. And that was the hard part is that who else are you throwing to on that team? Traquan Smith, Harris, Callaway. I mean, they have very little to throw to. Now, granted, I'm not going to talk about somebody for a minute, but at the same time, it makes it where
didn't want to get sniped there, huh? I picked already.
Doesn't mean that it won't on the way back. Okay. Anyway, but at the same time, it's one of those things where the team isn't built to throw; they're built to run, and that's where they're going to have it. I mean, having somebody like Latavius Murray, who, I mean, he finished as I think RB 33, which is, very low, but at the same time, he was getting, 200 touches the full year. So it's one of those things where you can definitely see them running the ball way more than throwing it. But at the same time, we'll see. Oh, he's laughing at what I was telling him before that he's, hey man, I got to get used to one of those, the time frames, man. Oh,
come on. So we keep talking about Hill, though. Do you guys think Hill's going to be the starter?
Yes. I'm a Winston.
Oh,
I'm on the Winston side.
Yeah, no, I think it's totally going to be Winston.
Ooh, 2-1. Get out of here, Mike.
I'm telling you, man.
That's a fake contract.
No, I agree with that. I understand that it was a fake contract, but they did that to make room for other people there, and that was the whole point. He was making more money than Winston the year before, and they started him over Winston when they were both healthy. So if you just go by those particular things, and then on top of the fact that they Sean Payton just likes he put a first round tenure on him. I mean, you don't do that with a QB, with a gadget QB that you are thinking of maybe getting rid of, but that's not
problem.
Getting rid understand.
Of. I just think they want him in that role. I think Peyton wants that as a tool in his tool belt, and I think he'd prefer a more drop back type quarterback. What's the word I'm looking for? Conventional. He's looking for a more conventional quarterback, and I think he wants to keep Taysom in that same role, maybe expand it just a bit. But also be there and ready. And I think it's almost he needed Winston to sit. Winston needed to sit. He did not need to just earn a starting role last year. So I'm kind of going off that point that he's been humbled. Maybe he's older. He's been in that system now, going on another year. I'm going to go through a whole training camp with the option to win this starting job. He wasn't going to win it with Breeze there. So I think he is going to put his best foot forward. And again, I just keep going back to it. Even with all the stuff he was doing, he still threw for 5,000 yards and however many touchdowns. So, I mean, come on.
That's a different team, different group of people, different offensive scheme, the whole deal.
Who's better talent-wise, Mike Thomas or Mike Evans?
See, that's the thing. I like Mike Evans in the concept of how. Hey, honestly, I like Mike Thomas. He's definitely a wide receiver one in any team, and he's definitely in fantasy. He's a top 10 guy. But at the end of the year, at the end of anything, Mike Evans has been doing it for much longer and having a better stretch with guys like with someone like Winston. So, the Bateman pick.
Oh, you mean that's who I was trying to get coming back. NYG guy.
But that's
Ryan,
my thing.
Shoot up, baby. I don't know if that's a snipe. That was like from way far.
Nah, that's a late snipe.
Yeah. That was like one of those you're glitching and you just run out and get hit with the bullet randomly.
In Call of Duty.
Yeah. You just kind of walk out into one there. Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying? I only have them 3 picks apart. I have Thomas at 12 and Evans at 14, so it's close to me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's the thing. Evans has been consistent with Winston, and then even with Tom Brady, and I think even before Winston, he had some. I forgot who it was. He was playing with somebody that was
Fitzpatrick for stretches.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had Fitzpatrick. You're right.
Those are all gunslingers.
But that's the thing.
5,000 yards. Of course,
I don't see it in that type of system though. Like I just said, they're made to run the ball. Right now, they're changing their philosophy. They have a top 10 defense. Their defense is insanely good at stopping the run. DeMarco Davis in the middle. He is a animal and just gets everybody. The hard part is that it's so tough to gauge what they're going to do this season. Oh, he had McCown. Sorry, I see NYG guy.
Oh, we're getting there.
Letting us know.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
There
it's
you
all
go.
good. He put it. I have the sleeper chat up. I can't really see the YouTube one.
Evan mentioned it.
Yeah.
Winston needs
But-
a get right ear. Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
Well, I think
and that's the thing.
Yep.
No,
and
go
that's
ahead.
what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's part of it too. I mean, not just trying to reset Winston in a sense, but with a Super Bowl caliber team in the spot they were in, Taysom's familiarity multiple years beforehand, and Winston being 6 weeks in or whatever, whenever Brees got hurt 8 weeks in. I can see why they went that way, but I think moving forward with now. If you're right about them moving towards being a more run dominant team moving forward, Mike, then okay, little different story. But if they're sticking with the more conventional Peyton offense, it has to be Winston.
Yeah,
and I still look at this league as a passing league. Modern league is just simply heavy passing volume, and I think Winston fits what works in the NFL today.
No, that's a fair assessment to it. I mean, but we haven't had an opportunity to have someone like Hill actually set back and actually be in the pocket and actually given the opportunity to throw the ball. I mean, before he was even able to get this like a spot until Brees got, until he got hurt with the collarbone, he had similar.
I didn't even know, man.
You
I
wanna
was gonna
take,
get-
yeah, no, it's all good.
Oh, that
No,
was the
take your
worst
pick back.
person. No, it's all good,
take your
man.
pick back. Take it
Oh,
back.
I can't.
No,
I
go
can't
ahead.
take my. You know how many people
Yes,
I
you
told
can.
to have your cue set? No, I got to learn from my
all right.
mistakes, man.
All
Got to
right.
learn from your mistakes, guys. Don't do what I just
All
did.
right.
Have your cue set, even if it is the 14th
taking my guy.
round.
That's good.
See, this is
I can't believe you still
Absolutely.
got him. I thought it was so obvious you were talking about Troutman.
Yeah,
No, I was
I
talking-
knew
no,
who
I
he
was
was
talking-
taking. Yeah, no, I knew he was taking.
no, but that's my point. I mean, and the other part
Victorious
was
V
which
got
I
his
didn't-
AJ Dillon already, so
Yeah. Oh yeah.
he's big
Very
on
mad
him
about
too.
that.
Yeah, he's big on
Yeah,
him too.
I'm very big on Dylan.
Shout
I'm
out to
very
the
big on
Dynasty
him.
pylon over there. He's saying it's
Yeah.
not so bad without the IDPs.
Yeah. But I
Get out of here.
with Troutman actually being he was rated the best blocking tight end, running block, tight end in the league last year. So
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, by FF now, yeah, by Pro Football Focus, he was rated number 1 as a run blocking tight end. That will just mean he's going to be on the field more, and that's fine. And I understand that if you want to use the argument of, but if he's blocking, then he's not catching. Understood. That's fair. But there's 152 targets that are being vacated from Emmanuel Sanders leaving, and who else
Jared
left?
Cook?
Jared Cook leaving, and Josh Hill. So all 3 of those guys are gone, and now you have all these targets available.
Ooh,
Why
that was
not?
a quick pick.
I mean,
I was
the
ready
Naeem
for that
Hines.
one.
Yeah, no, I would have if you didn't take him and he was there, I would take him. He's such a he's going to be. I'm big on JT this year. I just traded for him in Dynasty, but yeah, and I agree with Brooks. Higbee being slept
Brooks.
on.
Let me know who you are, man. On Sleeper, what's your Sleeper handle? Let me know.
Yeah, he's definitely someone.
There you go.
Yeah,
Some Troutman love. There it is.
read my article.
Hey, there it is. Shout out. Hey, that's perfect time to plug it. Let's go. Get right. FF.com. Check out this man's articles. I think it's /articles. We're getting fancy over here at GetRightFF.com. Go check him out, man. He's pumping stuff to us all the time. We get it up there for you guys. Obviously, once season gets going and more news starts coming out, he's going to be all over it, as you guys know. So check it out, man. Hit us up on there.
Ooh, Brooks.
Ooh.
Oh,
Where you guys at on that?
That's so
Hines.
hard. In
Dylan,
PPR,
if you want your
Hines.
lottery ticket, but Hines and PPR, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
PPR.
assuming.
Yeah, if you're
I would
talking about
definitely go Hines.
standalone value, just without any injury, I would say Hines. I think I'd go Hines and then Pollard and Dylan. I'm just a huge Aaron Jones fan. I think they'll spell him, but especially if they have no
Right.
Jordan Love, I think we're going to ride his coattails I just think that's going to happen over there. Don't do what I did over there, Mike.
No,
I got
I'm
you.
good. I'm good. I'm all set.
All right, you're in there.
I'm looking at my options.
The Trout Man will swim from Ryan Hick over here.
Hell yeah.
Ryan M. Hick.
Was Evan saying that he was only the top run blocking tight end because Kittle was hurt? Because if so, yeah, that's true.
Oh, if that's true, yeah, of course. But either way,
I'm just curious.
Even
so, number 2, that's great.
Kittle is.
We'll take that.
Honestly, I was telling Ant the other day. I was watching. Oh, Ant, you're up. I was watching the other day or when they did the first. I think the NFL Top 100, and every DN hates Kittle because of how good he is at blocking. He is a unbelievable blocker and wants
literally his favorite part of the game.
Yeah, and I love Kittle. Kittle is my type of tight end, the guy that is willing to do it all.
Let's go, baby.
He is that guy.
Might have to go get myself a Kittle jersey this year.
He's my favorite player in the league. Yeah,
for sure.
But he's just so much fun to watch. That reckless abandon.
Yeah, I don't know who I want here. No, I got Marvin Jones. Don't worry.
Right.
Sleeper gives you a little bit of leeway.
I read a story on Kittle during the 2019 season. They were talking about the first offseason after he was drafted, and the tight ends coach essentially basically got him to think, he would often just run out of bounds instead of trying to do what he does now and run through the entire defense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
But you're big enough, strong enough, blah blah blah, and so he literally just decided to do it, and that's what happened. Elite. I mean, he just yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you can see the size difference from Iowa to now, but I mean, it's crazy. It's just that little change in mentality. Just like, you know what, I can trust these fools.
Sometimes, man.
Okay, and just like, fine, I'll do that then. Why not?
Mm-hmm. I just want to go back to this comment because I did kind of want to bring that up when we were still talking about Williams. The only thing that will hold him back is his decision making. Yeah. There's some that just say he is not the sharpest knife in the tool. What is it? Sharpest knife in the drawer. So to me, that just might be the thing to where he just can't process at that high rate of speed. But I would have to assume he still made it this far. So, but again, when you want to be that, elite, one of the only 32 people in the world that can do what you do, you gotta know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
and he had that laser eye vision to make him see the ball, or see the players better. Apparently,
is that what was going on?
LASIK Winston. That's insane, right?
Honestly, he didn't. He was telling people he couldn't see anything on the field when he was throwing the ball and everything, and even with contacts, he couldn't. I'm sitting there like, you gotta be kidding me. Like you make millions of dollars and you didn't think of this until like your fourth season, until you got kicked out until you didn't get a team after the fact. I mean, come on.
Is a vision test not part of like a physical for these guys
right?
when they cheer?
Say,
don't
they like cover one eye? They don't do that. Yeah, they don't do that. You would think, right? They're just like, oh yeah, he could see. Shout out to Brooks. That's 7 rings. Brooks. I knew that, man. I did know that. He's saying he missed the draft. Mike had to jump in and take your spot here. So no worries, man. We always have a wait list. Get back at us next week, man. Every Friday, 9:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. Hit it up, man. And they're still going in here, man. This chat's still going. I think this draft has been done for about 5 minutes now, and we're still just chatting it up here. So we'll stay here, man. We still got people watching. So we'll try to get through these comments here. Pollard for Dynasty. Next year he'll be RB1 somewhere in RB1 fantasy-wise as well. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
No, you know what? I agree.
That's where I'm leaning more towards that. I'm leaning more towards Ryan there. I don't think he's a bad Dynasty pick at all, but, again, if he doesn't kind of show out here in the next 2 years or so, his shelf life is pretty much going to be done as far as the NFL goes. NFL running backs, that is.
I mean, that's the thing. Even if you're a RB1 as a backup, and even if you don't get the tread, I mean, you're not getting his hit as much as Zeke is. You still have the ability to do well. Hold on, what is he saying? I think
RB35
for Pollard. I see that. Yeah,
I think that's about where I have him actually.
Yeah, I might have him at around that too. I mean, that's the thing. I like in my Dynasty League, I picked up Pollard just because he's an awesome handcuff to have. And he's always someone that you should be looking to draft. He is an RB1 if given the opportunity.
Right.
If
I
you
have him at
give him the
48.
ball,
I'm down on him down
wow.
there.
Why am I so down on him too? I have him
I
on
got-
30. I have him at 39.
Okay. I have Drake at
Yeah.
39. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. No, wait. I got guys like Jamal Williams, and Gus above him, and it's just because they're on heavy run teams. I mean,
Right. And that's kind of where I'm
and
at too, yeah.
Gus
Yeah, I
is
mean-
a guy I love after the top 24.
yeah, I do too. I like Gus Edwards. I know that Ant and the
I
other
don't. I
guys
have
aren't
him
as
at
big on him.
56. To me, he's the RB3 on his own team.
I mean, he
Well,
outrushed
but
Dobbins
that's-
last year.
True, but I
Yeah,
think
he
they want to hand
outrushed
it over
him,
to him based on where everyone's drafting Dobbins this year. But again, that's why I'm not touching really either one of them. I don't think
No,
I'll
I
probably
don't
have
like that backfield.
either shares of them.
Yeah,
I just don't like when your quarterback is the number one goal line option. I don't want that running back on my team or any of those running backs on my team.
So hold on. If you had someone like Kamara and having someone like Hill as your QB, you're not okay with that?
I wouldn't use that
I
more
don't
of an
love it.
example. Yeah, and I was going to say no. I wouldn't
You'd
like
bring
that
him
because
down a
I
little
wouldn't
bit?
have Hill anyway. Again, I'm more Winston anyway, but yeah, for the most part, I just again, same thing like in Arizona. I mean, I think Edmonds and what's his name are okay there. Connor.
Yeah.
I actually like Connor more than Edmonds potentially there, but again, they're both the second best running back on their team behind Kyler Murray. So it's just food off their plate. So it just lowers the potential ceiling. I'm more of a ceiling guy than I am a floor guy. I'd rather have a guy that has a huge ceiling than a high floor.
See,
in certain
the high
spots.
floor. So yeah, but that's the thing. For me, a high floor just means that you're more consistent and you're able to. If you have those consistent guys on your team that are able to keep you at a certain point, you're not trying to make up for it with the ceiling values of somebody else. So
Don't influence
if
me,
you
Dustin. Don't influence me. Go ahead.
But like for me, no, I'm just saying for someone like, like that, that's why I like going for guys like, I don't mind going for someone like Bobby Trees or someone like Robbie Anderson or Deontay Johnson or Cooper Kupp. Those guys are the blue collar guys that are in the middle that are getting those consistent, possession targets and getting those catches. If you're getting a guy like in this case, like Ayuk or Chase or who's another guy, Claypool, like all those guys are guys that they have a top ceiling, but that's week to week, and you have no clue when that's going to break. The other guys are consistently making those 12 to 16 points a game where you are happy with that every time. And if you go for guys that are going 20, 2, 5, 6, 20, you never can
Playing daily
trust
fantasy.
that.
Yeah, you're playing daily fantasy, which is what I love to do with my wide
Well,
receiver.
no, I do too. Believe me, I love doing
tight
that
end.
too. But
we
But
make
if
money
you're
on
doing
daily
that
fantasy over here. Get right. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I guess we're doing a little Q&A session here. They want more of us, guys. They want more. I guess
Sure.
we found maybe I found my
And
two replacements here instead of Dustin and Frank here. We got Mike and the Tycoon holding it down. They want an encore. But yeah, we
What
had
do
a
they got?
question here.
Brooks'
We had a
question back up. Yeah.
Yeah, where'd it go? No, let me find it. There it is. So, what's your guys' assessment on Michael Carter? Do you see him as an RB2 or no? From 7 Rings.
based on the reports that they keep bringing out, they keep saying that Carter's the guy. They have Tevin Coleman, Ty Johnson, and that's it that I can think of. I mean, I mean, if you're drafting this guy to be your guy and you're having someone like Tevin Coleman, just spare him and, make him get a breather, then okay, I'm okay with that. And being an RB2, I don't know. I don't see him. I mean, Evan's saying that, quality RB2 with the low RB1 ceiling, maybe. I don't know. I see him as a low RB2.
Argument. Yeah, probably the volume argument. And again, that's why I actually went with him. So I drafted him here in this draft.
Yeah.
I got him here in the 9th as my RB4. And
it was him or
telling me
RB4, great.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So again, that's the kind of potential you want, in your RB4. Absolutely. Because if he does pop or have a good game, that's trade city for me. I'm picking up somebody else, a nice wide receiver that I can plug in. Because you can usually trade up, running back to wide receiver just because of the positional value. So that's my hope, especially drafting him as an RB4. So
what about you, Chris?
where are you at?
I guess he has that potential. I mean, if things break right, but I think his competition is being a little understated. I'm not saying Tevin Coleman is all that great or even good for that matter. As after watching him the last couple of years in San Francisco, my God,
Brian MC.
But I
smash that like button.
But
guys.
he does have a relationship with the new coaching staff. I mean, Saleh brought him over for a reason. He is still just a rookie. Yep. He is undersized. He didn't ever, gain a primary role in college. I mean, obviously, Javonte is a pretty talented player in his own right. But with that said, he's. I was listening to SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, going and picking up dinner earlier tonight, and they brought up. I might slightly misquote this, but this is pretty general. I think it was since 2001. There have only been 10 running backs who have put up RB1 seasons. And I know we're talking RB2, but RB1 seasons that were 5'8" and under 205 pounds. And I think it was only like 3 as rookies So over the last 20 years. I mean, it's just, and he's
I think Lindsay
on
was
Lindsay. Yes. Lindsay is kind of the best of that, segment.
Those three,
But as far as it goes, it's not a situation that, I mean, the upside is there. So as a 4, great. I would absolutely not count on him being a running back too. I don't think he finishes in that realm, season total or points per game at any point. I mean, I'm not really high on the Jets offense as a whole due to the question marks. I actually do think they're going to probably perform better as a unit than expected, but it's going to be really hard to pinpoint where that's all going to come from. So it's I think
they're going to have a better defense than what people think they're going to have.
I would agree with that.
I think that they're getting back key players with CJ Mosley, and they have a young line. And I'm not just saying this is all going to be because of Saleh, and Saleh was great in San Francisco.
Oh, you can say that.
But no, see,
we know what we're missing.
No, you're definitely missing them, but you're also missing the concept that you had 5 to 6 first round, defensive starters. They don't. So you're playing with a whole different type of grouping, but at the same time, they're gaining guys back that they didn't have before. Who's the other? They have Avery Williamson coming back from injury. They have CJ Mosley who's there, who does well. All those guys are going to hopefully, if Mosley can stay healthy and that team can, that defense can stick together, they'll be, they're going to do fine. I like Mason in the as a safety. I honestly really think that they will do well, but it's one of those things where for Carter to do well, their defense has to do well. If their defense does well, then Carter will be at the low end of the RB2. I think he'll be more of like that end of the year, I mean, like last year, it was like Mike Davis, Ronald Jones, Chris Carson in like the 15, 16, 17 spot, maybe a little bit lower than that, like where Nyheim Hines was, at 20. I just see him more around that spot than I do seeing him at the, the Ezekiel Elliott, Kareem Hunt, who was at 10, Chubb at 9. Like, I don't see him up there. I don't know. I don't see it.
All right.
Definitely for the RB4.
Definitely. Shout out to Sean Jefferson. I want to say this is Chargers, just based on his team and what he's saying. I'm pretty sure that's Chargers. Might have found my new draft strategy. What do you guys think? A little light on RB, but can easily trade for one if needed. Sean?
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait till Monday, my friend. We do not grade tonight. We don't break it down tonight. I'm going to go to the lab. I'm going to roll the sleeves up. We're going to come back on Monday. I'm going to give you a full breakdown on your team and what I think you did right, what I think you may need to improve on, but we'll definitely get into that 10 p.m. Monday. I don't know what the date is yet. You can add 3 days to today, and we'll be good to go. That should be the 12th. Simple math here.
Since I am not part of your grading team here, I'm not going to give a grade or a full analysis. I just want to point out I have one pick that I abhor and one that I absolutely love. That are
Let's hear
quite
it.
close together.
Let's
Don't
hear it.
like the Hurts pick. I'm not a Hurts guy. I'm
Yeah, me
lower on
neither.
Hurts than pretty much anybody I talk to for the most
I'm right
part.
there with you though.
Yeah.
And I love the ETN pick. Anybody who's talked to me knows I'm huge on ETN. I think at the 6-7 is an insane
I think this is the
value
spot
to
he
me.
should be at, even.
I
Even
would've
though he's
taken him
still
around
going
early.
ahead. Yeah. I mean,
I
look how
almost
many
took
running
him where
backs
I took
actually went
Baker.
before. Yeah. He could have easily gone there. I've seen him gone as high as the 4th.
I mean, I don't like him before Robinson, but yeah, I don't mind it. The hard part
In
is
a PPR,
PPR. I'll go with.
PPR, it's tough. That's where you kind of draw the line. In half and in full, I definitely have Robinson ahead. I've been drafting him that way, as you guys know, in previous episodes. So,
Oh, me too.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
like Robinson. I'm high on him.
So that's where we're
But
at. Check us out on Monday for the rest
I'm
of the
on the
analysis.
Opposite end and you guys there.
Okay, so you're
I like
thinking
the team.
ETN is taking it over. That's right. You had that on your show. You were talking about it, just as far as him being able to outproduce James Robinson this year.
Outproduce, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, is he going to be the starting running back? Probably not,
Right.
especially not to start the season. But as far as just general usage, roles, high leverage touches, I think all of that's going to be ETN.
Nice.
I mean,
There you go.
not all of it, but I mean, far more than I think Robinson will be. And I think
Right.
first round draft capital with a new coaching staff. I mean, hand selected versus an undrafted free agent that to a regime that had nothing to do with him.
Oh, that's season.
Is part of it. So I do think,
okay.
But I do, I mean, Robinson's not going away. He's a good player. This isn't hate on Robinson. This is just extreme love for ETN.
No, that makes sense. And Evan was talking about the Landry thing. I was going to say that you should be grabbing him any chance you get. He's a PPR just monster.
Yeah, yes, particularly PPR. Yeah, standard
Oh,
league,
for sure.
not
no.
not so much.
But I would
Ryan
scoop him up at
Matt
the end of
is
everything.
the Chargers. There we go. We've got to
Okay.
get this straightened out, man. Straightened out. See, he's out of there. Don't got my name
man,
right.
I don't blame you.
I'm out of here.
I like Seasons team.
Yeah. No, and we were kind of talking on that. We were kind of talking about a draft strategy there. So I'm glad he came out and kind of nailed that little blueprint that we talk about, man. Get those first four picks, get in your running backs and QBs in whichever fashion you see fit. Smash those 3 wide receivers, come back and get either your running back, tight end, or quarterback there in the 8th, depending on what's available. And then just kind of, fill out the rest of your team from there. So we'll get into that more on Monday. See, we're starting to grade now.
No, we won't no grade.
We can't do
Just
that
a
here.
General
little quick assessment.
Yes.
So we'll get ready to kind of wind this thing down now. People are starting to sign out. It's getting late here on the East Coast. Appreciate you guys for sticking out this time. And he's laughing on that there. So we're going to have to do this again, guys. Man, this was a lot of fun. This hour and 23 minutes went by super fast. So that was a lot of fun talking with you guys. It's different, obviously I talk to Frank and Dustin all the time. So when I have a chance just to kind of talk to new people and get new thoughts, not that I don't appreciate what my other 2 guys have, of course, couldn't do it without them. But it's definitely nice. Just kind of get another brain, another set of eyeballs here. Just makes you think about some things. So again, this is what we're going to do here. Get right, bring people on so we can give you guys this feedback. Again, just shout out here to Tycoon. Appreciate you, man. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe over there to him. Let's support him. Get right and boardroom. Maybe we'll eventually get to do more things here together with the collective, right? Is it the Fantasy Collective?
It is,
or just the collective?
The Fantasy Collective. Yes,
the Fantasy Collective.
We're featuring a range of content. Right now, it's largely just articles and podcasts. We will be venturing into betting video content soon, as well as betting content.
Nice.
So that's to come. But for now, for fantasy advice, dynasty, redraft, Devi, best ball, DFS, that's what we're here for. Fantasy Nightcap and Fantasy Boardroom are our 2. Fantasy Nightcap is our flagship. I'm a secondary podcast over there. I'm still relatively new. The Nightcap guys are very good. Please check them out as well.
Yeah, they're on Sirius, aren't they?
I'm sorry?
They're on Sirius, right?
No, they are not serious.
Okay.
I wish we were that big time already. No. No, just they've been around for about a year. They do a pretty good
Okay.
show, generally based on waivers for in season. Right now, it's more general fantasy talk, but it's great, and I definitely appreciate the support from Ant and the whole Get Right crew. As we were talking about at the beginning of the show, jumped on a couple months ago. The Awkward Shark Dad, so shout out to him if he happens to check this video out, this stream, and you guys are kicking some serious ass. It's been a blast doing these mocks. These are awesome. You're really continuing to grow this community. It's a great group of people.
Awesome.
Stoked to be involved, and it's been awesome being here talking to you guys tonight.
Cool. Sorry to
Likewise.
throw those last couple messages in there, but got to give
No,
everybody
no,
their
no. They're all saying good
love.
night.
I love seeing my name pop up on the
That's the
mocks.
family.
When you throw it up there, man, I love seeing my name and my picture with my belt, man. So I love interacting on the show. Keep it up over there. And of course, Mike, Get Right writer here. Check out his articles, getrightff.com. So I guess without any further ado, guys, time to roll those sleeves down, especially you there, Tycoon. It's Friday. You can relax, man. You can get out of the get up now. Throw those Niners slippers on, man, and tuck yourself into bed. Mike, you're probably just going to fall asleep right there, man, out on the East Coast. He's about to be out. So again, we really appreciate it, guys. Love being able to do this for you. Grades on Monday. Other than that, man, we're out.